Thank you very much, Steve. Comrades and friends, let me say how happy I am to be here tonight to speak at this meeting, which is the culmination of our series of meetings for this year. And I know you will join with me in congratulating the team of the Democratic Labour Party and its supporting organizers for these meetings. But in particular, I'm happy to be here among the people of St. Michael's South and the city to speak in support of Patrick Todd, who is a very sincere and hard-working young man who I truly would like to see enter the House of Assembly and represent the people of the city of Bridgetown. I'm also thrilled to be here tonight to speak in support of my friend and comrade Frandel Stewart, who I know will ascend the steps of the House of Assembly and will take up a very senior and important role in a new Democratic Labour Party government. The issue at St. Paul's tonight and all across Barbados is really an issue of governance. And I want you to leave Barbados with that foremost in your mind. What type of Barbados do we want to live in? And how do we want, as a people in this country, to be governed? And that is very important as we witness developments around us that have been affecting the image and the stability and the history of good governance for which this country was once known. And therefore the forthcoming general election in Barbados is not just about the Barbados Labour Party or the Democratic Labour Party. You can put the parties aside if you want. And you can even put the personalities aside if that would help you to see the situation any better and any clearer. Because it is not only about that or about those personalities. It is about a way forward for our country, and it is about the way that we as Barbadians want to move forward together as proud people in a safe country and as people who feel relevant, important and equal. So you think about that tonight. Because when I reflect on what has been happening in our country for the past few months, I can see the extent to which we are on a very slippery slope. A scenario in which Barbados has been reduced to rulers and followers. Those who we elected to serve have now become our masters, and there's a law for them, but there's a different law for us. And anytime a country gets to that stage, it has become part of the tradition in democracies, and particularly in democracies that practice the Westminster system of government, for change to take place to restore the balance. And I'm saying to you that the only way that balance will be restored in Barbados is if you, the people of St. Michael's South and the city and all parts of Barbados who've come to this meeting tonight to hear us from the Democratic Labour Party make a decision that you will change this government and restore that balance by electing a Democratic Labour Party administration. All of you recall that the Right Excellent Errol Walton Barrow spoke about the kind of mirror image that we as Barbadians have of ourselves. And he challenged us to define who we are and what we wanted to be. And therefore tonight, as I speak to you from this platform, I am saying that there is more in the next election than the question of a win for either political party. That is not what it is all about. So as a country, you would have heard from the Stewart tonight, you would have heard Chris in his own style, you would have heard Dennis and David and Richard and Patrick. And the essence of the point and the message of the Democratic Labour Party is that we must not let this country lose its soul. So that tonight you have a situation where the church seems to be too moribund to speak out and to speak up, even when presented with the evidence. Other partners in the social partnership seem to be mute, not of malice, but you know, I found it passing strange that in the particular exercise we were going through in the past week, that from as far back as September, that the leading private sector trade union in Barbados knew what was happening at that factory in St. Philip. They only came to me in October. And why did those workers come to me? They came to me because they were saying that they cannot believe that this could be happening in Barbados. They were saying to me, how is it that a company can be employing more illegal immigrants than Barbadians and is being funded by the taxpayers of this country? And whenever we ask a question about it, particularly about the fact that the illegal immigrants were being paid more money than Barbadians, that they're being told by the owner, you can't do nothing about this because I got the backing of the minister. They wanted to know why it is that young female workers could be assaulted on the job. Not on Pebbles Beach or on Bats Rock or behind some church wall in a cemetery, but on the job in a factory in which the taxpayers of Barbados, me and you, had invested $2 million, and they could not get anybody to solve their problem. And the owner and the principals, including the chairman and all of the others, are saying, but we got the Prime Minister's backing. You can't touch us. Don't keep the noise. And as soon as the lady raised the concerns, they fired her and then started to smear her character in Barbados in the year 2007. That is a threat to every single Barbadian, not just to the people at Hardwood Factory.